Friends, hello and welcome. I am 45 minutes late and I don't know if anyone is still around, but I am doing this right now. I posted a little while ago and said, sorry, I was running late. We went to look at a couple wedding venues for our oldest daughter who's getting married. And I missed the start of it. So I'm just jumping on. We're gonna do it. So if you hear dogs in the background, they're playing. I'm sorry, it's crazy. Just got home, got everything set up. So I'm just jumping in. I thought, well, I'll cancel. I just won't do it. And then I thought, you know what? This is life. This is the way it goes. This is what happens. So we're gonna dive in. We're still gonna do it. It's gonna be late. Nobody might jump on right now, and that's fine because I should have been here at 7. But I'm going to do it so that you all can watch it later. Hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. Don't know what you're doing for the 4th, but I'm also live streaming this to YouTube. So it's my first one streaming to YouTube. So of course it's going to be just crazy and not exactly what I expected, but that's just the way it is. We're going to do it. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to do it. So with that, the kit that we're looking at tonight is a paper pumpkin kit, and I have to look at it. I believe it's Life is Sweet. See, I'm not even ready for this. Life is Sweet. That's the one, July paper pumpkin. So very cool. So I'm going to turn this camera around, and we are going to get right to it. Here we go. Okay, there we are. And it's called Life is Sweet, and here are the cards. They're so fun. Super, super fun. I had a great time making these last week. I was all ready. I have everything prepped for you. And we have so much going on with these. There's so much in this kit. Look at these envelopes. Aren't they just so cool? So we've got cherries, and we've got glitter paper, and we've got some vellum stars, and we've got some adhesive dots and layers and twine and all sorts of linen thread. So here's one of them. These were really fun to put together. The other one is this one. Congrats. So happy to celebrate. So much to celebrate. Again, with the glitter words, the die cuts there, lemons, and the final one, hello, sweet friend. So cute with the peaches and the dots and the vellum and all those sorts of things. So I'm going to set these aside, and I just love these envelopes. I'm going to set these aside, and we're going to pull in the kit, and I'm going to show you what comes with that. And then we're going to get to making these. And again, I apologize, so late. If you happen to jump on, great. If you don't, I get it. I really, I can't even believe I did that, but it's okay. It's okay. People will catch the rerun. All right. Paper pumpkin. Here we go. Life is Sweet June kit, and instructions as always, just like this. Perfect instructions. Great to have. We have our stamp set. It all has sentiments on it. This is a great stamp set. We have lots of ways to say thank you. And life is sweeter with so much sweeter with you. Just a bunch of great sentiments in this. So we also have our Stampin' Dimensionals, those little teeny tiny Stampin' things there. So those are handy. We're going to use those. Our glue dots, the glue dots this time. We have tear and tape, which I've already adhered where I need it, but we have tear and tape. We have our linen thread, which I've also cut, so we don't need that. I'm going to leave that in the package. These very pretty pearl-esque shiny embellishments, these that we're going to add on there. As always, an insert for you that has all of the sentiments and the stamp images on there. So that's wonderful to keep these together. You can put that together with that. And we have our stamp spot. This is a new color, Shy Shamrock. It's a great, great color. Now we have parts of the kit. We have our die cuts of our lemons, our sentiment pieces, cherries, vellum pieces, and I'll show you those in a little bit. We also have the glitter sentiments that we can punch out there. More vellum for leaves and stars. The peaches, very cool. Another die cut pieces. There's a lot of pieces to this kit, which is really, really fun. Some leaves, and this is the part to the first card. And then we have our card bases and our envelopes, and we don't need to pull those out. So I'm going to stick all that back in there, this back in here, these back in here, and close that up, set that aside right over there. And we are going to get to work on these cards. Now I have everything I need right here. So I'm going to pull in the first card we're going to make, and this is the Miss You card. So let's get these little pieces off of here, and we're going to attach this thread on there also. So that wraps around, and we're going to make, now I don't want to lose these pieces. We're going to wrap that around, and that is going to make a very cute bow like I showed on the front. Now here, I don't want to lose this. This is my dot for my miss, for in Miss You. So I'm going to set that right there. If anybody sees that later, let me know. And some more stars. We're going to move that on over. So let's go ahead first thing, and we're going to go ahead and fold our card base in half, and we're going to score this with our bone folder. We're not going to score it. We're actually going to burnish it. It's already been scored. We're going to burnish it with our bone folder just like this. And if you watch the replay, please tell me hi and say, why, what were you doing? Why were you late? What is going on? So yeah, that's just the way the life's going these days. All right, I'm going to bring in my sentiment. It says, wish you were here. I've already put it on my Stampin' Block. Now, Paper Pumpkin doesn't come with the stamp blocks, so you'll have to use one. Or if you get a different kit from Stampin' Up, you'll have one. So, and usually they come square. So let's go ahead and ink this up really quick. I'm going to do the ink pad onto the stamp. And we're going to do this just like this. Just like this. I'm a little discombobulated right now. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to make it through this. It's all right. It's all part of the job. Okay. Wish you were here. We're going to center this as best as we can. I'm going to line that up with my lines like I normally do. And we're going to center this as best as I can on there and give that a good press and let that ink soak into the paper just a bit and pop that off. And there we go. Wish you were here. Little crooked, not too bad. It's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on that so we don't get that on our hands. Now, I've already put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this, but what we're going to do before we adhere this down is we're going to take our twine, and we're going to, or actually our linen thread or twine, and we're going to wrap it around this piece. And I'm going to do it like so. I had to stop and think of how I wanted to do this. I'm going to leave a lot of it over here because that's the part of it that I'm going to tie into a bow, and we're going to go around this 2 times, and we're going to come over to this side to tie our bow. We're going to do it just about like so. So I'm going to lay this down, bring this over, make sure you can still see. Bring this over, go ahead and tie, start to make my bow, tie that like that. And I try to put a finger there on where I'm trying to hold that fairly taut. And then we're going to go ahead and, if I can do this, go ahead and wrap that around with our little bunny ears and pull that tight just like so. Now I want to come in and I'm going to move this over a little bit. So if you want to do that, the easy way for me is to like kind of fold your paper up a little bit, and just then it's not so hard to make it move over a little bit. Then you're not rubbing it across the paper, the cardstock as much. So I don't know if I want that bow quite that big. So I'm going to pull that in just a tad on each side, maybe about like that. Give it a nice little tug again, like so. And this calls for a dimensional in the middle. So the reason I waited to tie that or to put the dimensional on is because I'm going to have that also hold down that twine right there, that thread. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to pop our backings off of these dimensionals and take those backs off just like so. Bring this card in, and it is going to be a little off center from the top. It's not going to be completely centered. So we're going to go more over to the left. I'm going to set that down, and I want to make sure that it actually is at the top though. So I'm going to pick this up a little bit. We're going to bring that up to the top, and I hope my head isn't in the way or anything. So that's, no, that's not good, friends. That's too far up. Let's bring that back down a little bit. Let's bring that back down right like so. That's better. There we go. All right, there. Now we've got that piece set where we want it, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and take the backing. I already put my glue dots on the back of Miss and You, and these are going to go on either side of that twine, that linen thread. So I'm going to take the backings off of the Miss and the You, and we're going to attach those to this card. I love all the different pieces to this. It is so fun. Lots of things to put together. Very, very fun. And so we're going to come in here with the Miss right here above that line. About like that. That's a little crooked. That's a little crooked because our thread's a little crooked. So let me pick that up. We're not going to press that down too awfully tight. Not going to press that down just quite yet. So let's come in and we're going to line it up with our cardstock, not so much with that line. Okay, and then Miss, and then You. Get the backing off of that. Fumble fingers right now, and we're going to try and center this under the Miss, just like that. That looks pretty good. Miss You, and there is my dots to my eye. So take the backing off of this and pick that up, and we're going to put that eye right there. Now we know it says Miss. There we go. Perfect, right? That's awesome. Now on this, I didn't put the Stampin' Dimensionals on it because I had to stamp it. So let's go ahead and come in and get some Stampin' Dimensionals and mini ones and put those on this really super quick, just like so. Go ahead and take the backings off of those. And we are going to come in about right there. Right there. Miss You, wish you were here. Now you can do this all sorts of ways. I put it right over the twine. That's how it shows in the instructions. I think you can do it however you want. I think that looks good. And we're going to leave it just like that. Now we're going to come in with these cherries. When you follow the instructions, they want you to put a glue dot here. And the reason being is that this is going to go over the top of it, right like so. Because we're going to have a Stampin' Dimensional, because these are going to sit on here. So that is why you're going to do that. And we want to get them. I want to figure out how I want to place them first. So I'm going to do it just about right like that. And that looks good. So let's go ahead and put this one down. Take the backing off of that one. Right like that. And we're going to come in and, I want it right about like that. Let's put it right. Let's put it right there. That's good. Now, backing off of this, because we're going to take this cherry, this part of the cherry is going to attach to that part of the cherry. So we're going to come in like this. That one is going to overlap just like that. Just like that. Perfect. Isn't that cute? Super cute. Now, our stars. They showed us in the instructions that these little vellum stars go in the middle of the leaves. So we're going to go put one here, like that. And we're going to put one here. And you know, in the instructions, it called for 3 stars, and I could not figure out where the other one went. Let's lift that up and put this right here. Stick that right there. There we go. So on mine, I just put it down here. You can put it wherever you want. And it's a teeny, teeny star. So I'm going to take the backing off of it. Well, maybe I'm going to take the backing off of it. I'm going to take the backing off of it just like that. And on this one, I put it down here on my last one. But you know, I think I'm going to put it right here this time. I'm going to put it on my sentiment. And I'm going to put it right by the wish you were here. And I think that's pretty cute. The last one I put near the bottom over here, but I think I like that. So we're going to leave it like that. Now the finishing touch for these is these awesome pearl gems. And they're going to go right. We always try to do it in 3s because it's pleasing to the eye and it just looks really nice. One there, and one over here. And there we go. There's our first card. Wish you were here. Miss you, wish you were here. How cute is that? Somebody is watching. Thank you, whoever's watching. Thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I am super, super late, almost an hour late tonight. So I appreciate whoever's watching right now, streaming to YouTube and Facebook Live for the first time. And wouldn't you know, I would be late. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. 1 viewer's great. So this is the first one. Let's move on to the congrats card. This was super fun too. So all of our parts and pieces, we have our glitter sentiment, our lemons, our linen thread, our leaves, our sentiment. I've already stamped that, so we don't have to do that. And our layering pieces. All right, lots of parts and pieces to this one again. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to burnish this just like so. Now, again on this one, there's lots of layering going on. So I've already put my tear and tape on this right here. And this is going to be the first piece that goes down. Now, once we put this first piece down and the other leaves, I need to remember to put my thread down because I didn't do that the last time. And you probably can't tell on the card that I did, but it's not exactly the way it should be. So we're going to try to do it better this time. So pick that up just like that. Turn this over. And we are going to put this right about like yay. Now it's kind of not straight. It's kind of off center a little bit. So it's kind of pointing up to the left and down to the right, just like that. And then we're going to add our leaves. Now it's hard to see, but there is a right and a wrong. There's not a right and a wrong side. There's a front and a back to these. And I would say that when you look at them, when you pull them out, you can kind of tell the back to them has a little bit of brownish tint, which you can't see it right there, but it's got a little brownish tint to the side of it. And I think that's where they laser cut them out. So you can kind of tell, again, it's not that big of a deal. You can put them however you want. It's really not that much. I wouldn't worry too much about it. So I'm going to stick one right there. Now, and I got my finger in that tear and tape. That tear and tape holds stuff down very, very well. Take the backing off of this, and these are going to cross a little bit, and we're going to put that one right about there, just like that. Now, this little baby is going to get made into a figure 8. So with that tear and tape you've got down there, you should be able to go around and make the figure 8. And hopefully I'm in the thing with enough of that tear and tape on there that it's going to hold that in place a little bit until, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be fine until you can get a glue dot on top of that. And that's exactly what we're going to put on top of that, is we're going to put a glue dot right there. Take the backing off of that, just like so. And that's going to hold that figure 8 down. If I don't get my finger stuck to the card, oh my goodness, this has been a day. This has been a day, folks. It's been a day. All right, there we go. Perfect. That's going to stay there. Now we're going to come in then with our our lemons, and we're going to go ahead and put our lemons down. Now on these, as you can see, these were 2 lemons. And what I did was, according to the instructions, you overlapped them. I did that before I adhered them, so it was easier. So I took this piece and put it where I wanted, and then I put the Stampin' Dimensionals on it so that you could see where it was just easier to do than to try and put this down, layer it. So anyway, that's how I did it. All right, we're going to come in here, get our little papers. Oh my goodness. Get our little papers off of here. Maybe. There we go. And come in here with this and layer that right about like so. So there we have some of our twines showing through, just like that. Makes a nice little loop, just like that. Now this, congratulations again. I've already put the Stampin' Dimensionals on there, and there's a glue dot right here. The reason there's a glue dot is this is going to span the lemons, and we want that to stick, but we want these edges to pop up. So I'm going to take that glue dot backing off first before I take the backings off of these dimensionals. And then I will have less chance of something sticking to me while I'm trying to do that. The backings of the little dimensionals are a little trickier to get off sometimes. So we're going to come in with this. Let me hold it like that and center it right over the middle a little bit. Let's do about right like so. I think that looks good. Congrats. And then we have the rest of our sentiment. The reason this has tear and tape on it is this is going to lay on here, so we don't want it to go anywhere, and that's going to go right there with the dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off that tear and tape real quick, get that over to the side. Your glue dots would work just as fine, just as well, but the tear and tape does hold a little bit better. So we're going to come in here and have that go over there and have that go right there. And there we go. Congrats. So much to celebrate. How cute is that? I'm out of the way. There we go. And let's finish this off with some very pearly, beautiful embellishment dots right here. These are lovely. I just love them. I'll probably end up using them on other things. And let's put that right there, right like that. There we go. There's our second card. Congrats so much to celebrate. Lovely card. So much fun. These are really fun to get put together. There's so many different textures and elements that go on it. There's just so much to look at too. Anyone would love to get one of these cards. They're just super, super fun. Okay, our last card. Here we go. We're going to bring this in. We've got multiple pieces to this again. We've got lots of peaches here, and there's 5 peaches. We've got our sentiment. We've got our hello, glittery hello. We have a bow. I've already tied that so we don't have to. And we have a layering piece and our vellum, which goes under our layering piece. So how fun is that? Super, super fun. We're going to go ahead and come in and fold this and burnish this card base just like that, so it lays nice and flat, and flip that over. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the backing off of our tear and tape so that we can layer this vellum piece down. There's lots of vellum in this. I love vellum. It just adds character and another element to the card. Bringing this in. I'm going to try and center this as best as I can, top to bottom and left to right. And once I think I have that pretty well centered there, I'm going to give it just a little bit of a press. Now, this piece has the glue dots already on it, and I'm going to take the backing off of that. And this piece is going to go right over the top of that vellum piece we just put down. And you might not be able to see it on the video or through the camera, but you can tell that there's vellum under here. Oops, throwing things around. You can tell there's vellum under here when you see this card in person. This is pretty easy to line up. It's not too difficult to line up. Well, as I say that, let's make sure we got that pretty straight. There we go. I'm just going to give that a nice little press. And I don't know if you can see the vellum element or not, but it just adds some character to it. It's very, very cool. All right, coming in with our peaches, and we are going to start with this one, and we're going to put this peach down first. And then after we put this peach down, this one's going to go right about, right, you know what? And I put that a different way. This card looks different. That's okay. Doesn't matter. It's totally fine. I'm going to put that peach right there. Then we're going to come in with this, and we're going to get a glue dot here. And we're going to put that on there. Take the backing off of it, because I should have put the glue dot on the card. That would have been smarter. We're going to come in, flip that over, and we want that bow to be right there, because we're going to then adhere this peach right here, just like so. So dimensionals again, taking the backing off of those, just like that. Bring this in, set that right about there, give it a nice little press, and then we have the rest of our peaches. So let's go ahead and adhere these. They've got glue dots on the back of them. I'm going to go ahead and take the backings off of all of them while I've got them turned over here. And we're going to go ahead and layer these, because then we're going to come in with that hello. And we're going to put that on as our finishing touches. So let's put one there. This one goes up here, or you can put them wherever you'd like. But I like the way that the directions have it. So we're going to kind of go with that. And one here, just like so. And then again, we're going to come in with our hello. Now, again, a glue dot here on the hello, on the H, because it's going to go here, and 2 dimensionals. I'm going to take the backings off of those, just like that. Take the backing off of the little tiny dimensionals. And I have these little glue dot things all over the place. Okay, come in here, set that down. Put that right about there. Just like that. I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this guy a little bit, because my other sentiment is going to maybe cover him up, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to move him down a little bit. I'm going to put him right about there. Okay. And again, dimensionals on here. Take the backings off of these like that. And place this under the hello, so we can see part of it. And there we go. Hello, sweet friend. How cute is that? Finishing it off, as always, with our gems. So pretty. Let's just go ahead and turn that over, and there. Looks like a good spot for it. And put that one there, and one here, and the last one right down in there. That's a good little spot right there. And there we are, friends. Hello, sweet friend. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I love all the dimensions to these and all the different textures. Anyone would love to have these cards. Let's go ahead and bring these back in and show you what we've created tonight. So we remember the hello. Congrats. So much to celebrate. Miss you, wish you were here. So aren't those lovely? And I am, we'd made it. We'd made it through. I'm going to turn this camera around and finish up. And I'm also straight. So let's turn this around. And whoever is watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Whoever is live, I really appreciate you tuning in, especially because I am super late and it was a crazy day. But again, thank you so much. Kit Crush Wednesday. We'll be here live next week. I will be on time. Things just got out of control this week and we just had gotten back into town. So if you like this kit, I'm going to put the link in the comments so that this is a Paper Pumpkin subscription. So you subscribe to these. You can do 3, 6, 9, or 12, I believe. And today, bonus day started. So for every $50 you spend, you will get a $5 coupon. So if you love Paper Pumpkin, you want to subscribe, do it for 3 or 6 months, because then you'll get a $5 coupon to use in August. No better time than to stock up on stuff as bonus days in July. It's a great, great time. Also, the glass mat is available. So I'll put a link to that in the comments also. I know a lot of you have asked me about it, and it's a wonderful, wonderful tool, and I use it all the time. I don't use it for my lives, but I might start so we can see that again. And if you haven't signed up for my emails, put that in the comments also. If you have, and you know of anyone else that would like to get emails of upcoming events and things like that, please share that link with them. And I would love everyone to join me for that. Be sure to tell friends that I'm also on YouTube. So if you watch YouTube and Facebook, subscribe on the YouTube channel. You'll get notifications and everything. So friends, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I apologize for being late again, but I'm glad that I just went ahead and had it anyways. And thank you for tuning in. And as always, appreciate your support, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.